first thing that you should check for is a loose bottom bracket. So the easiest way to do that is to hold the cranks, wiggle them back and forth. If you feel any play, that's a bad sign. Second thing you want to do is do the same thing for the wheels. Wiggle them back and forth. If there's a lot of play, it's a really bad sign. If there's a little bit of play, you can probably do something about that for $10 or $15 at the local bike shop. This rear one's the only one with a little play. While you're on the wheels, go ahead and give them a spin. Look around the brake pads for any, if it hits the brake pads or if it wobbles a lot, especially if there's a hop in it, up and down instead of just side to side. And if there's a significant wobble, check for broken spokes. If the tires are flat, it's not a big deal, you can get new inner tubes, but do check and look for any sort of cracks in them. That's called dry rotting, and that's a bad scene. You'll have to get new tires, and they'll start at $15 a pop. This is a particularly bad tire. You can see that it's splitting at the seams. The next thing you want to check for is see if the headset is loose. It's just these bearings in here. Grab a hold of the front brake, wiggle it. Headset doesn't seem loose, but these brakes are wobbling. So, while you're at it, go ahead and grab the brakes and make sure they stop the bike. Go ahead and have a look over the cables. If you see any like bends or rust popping out, if it's like kinked severely or you could see part of the cable, you probably need to get those replaced. Check all the cables for rust. See if they're loose, you can get them tightened, but like these cracks in them, it's kind of a bad sign. One very important thing to check for is fit. So throw your leg over the bike and make sure you've got a little bit of clearance, which I don't.
So make sure that you have room to pick up the bike. Make sure that there's some space between your crotch and the bar. This is still a little bit big for me, but it would be okay.
Lift it up, see how heavy it is. You're going to have to drag the bike up 3 flights of steps, or 7 flights of stairs, or put it on your car, or bike a significant distance. Think about, you know, if you really want to be lugging the bike, a heavy bike all that weighs.
You also want to check to make sure that the seat post is able to move. You want to be able to move your seat up and down and make sure it's not frozen solid. So make sure that you can undo these bolts. It's either going to have a quick release or a bolt that you have to unscrew, and then make sure you can move it around.
It may take some wiggling.
It may take some wiggling.
Yes, that's pretty much it. Yeah.